Welcome, welcome back to the Dannphan streaming. We're finally getting back to playing the Dark Souls Archthones mod.
What do you think of their font for Archthones?
It's very okay.
I think they should have.
They're going old school with it, you know.
I think they should have gotten onto a line and stayed there. Controversial opinion. I think that is some wiggly wobbly nonsense.
Yeah, I see what they're going for. They wanted it all to be like the same font, but it does look a little bit too wavy. Like, if Dark Souls was a little bit wavy and then Archthones was all like one line.
Like Dark Souls looks cool up top.
Yeah, well
and
that
then,
is the
And then the Archthones, they're like woo. And
yeah, it's a little bit too much when it's bigger, you know.
Yeah. Oh.
How are we doing on Rumble?
I think you can. Yeah, I think you can go live on Rumble now.
All right. And now we are sort of live on Rumble as well.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I'll pop out the chat and put that on the big screen.
All right.
I'll go get the Rumble chat. Pop that out. Can I make polls in the YouTube chat?
You.
Reactions. Oh, can I turn off reactions?
Dude, they finally did it! They finally did it!
I can read the chat!
Incredible. You can, turn off reactions.
Timestamps. Oh, that's wonderful. So then I can see, like... I can see how long it's been since, like... So now I know if someone comments and I haven't seen it for, like, 10 years. I know how negligent I am. Fantastic. Let's see. And looks like Rumble is like showing stuff. Not showing me, but that's okay. I will. Take my arch throne. Oh, when did I start that print? Maybe I should be starting a new one.
Downstairs?
Yeah, let me go see. I just realized. Sorry.
Don't mind me. I'll just be chilling. Man, the phantom spears. See, what do I gotta do to get that guy's cape? Do I already have his armor? I don't know.
I was mistaken. The it's like right at the end, but not done.
Okay. Dude was just straight up uninvited.
So this looks like I got some like stonemasonry tutorials. Seems kind of fucking easy, to be honest. Like I could see it has a high skill ceiling. Like from how the guy was like talking about stuff, but it seems kind of easy.
That's what you get. Alright, let's see how we do with Big Sword. I feel pretty confident about Big Sword right now. I feel like Big Sword is a big one.
Yeah.
Where are my souls?
Millions and millions of souls.
Oh my god. There they are.
Yeah. So I've got myself like thinking about the overall tempo of the book that I'm writing, like how it should be like balanced and stuff. I kind of feel like I'm gonna end up doing a ton of chapters. I'm gonna end up inserting a ton of chapters. I think just like inevitably. This is a much cooler aesthetic than the Crucible Knights. Sometimes I feel like with Japanese stuff, they're like, let's come up with something unique, but not necessarily that interesting. I think sometimes...
Alright. Big Sword was a big win.
Yeah.
As predicted.
Yeah, that's funny. Last stream we were like, oh, let's do Big Sword, and then we did it, and it worked.
So, as we predicted before, shields are dumb. Never shield.
yeah, like,
always just get a bigger sword.
Even with the new
dodge.
mechanics. Oh, hey, Marshall. Welcome.
I can dodge pretty well with this giant sword, too. So it's like, yeah, not a huge loss there.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool fight, but I gotta say, that second phase, if you can't fucking land damage like I was landing, that's, like, really fucking tough.
The Chamber of Gertrude.
Ah, this is where he was chilling. Oh, I love the color.
Gertrude is a girl's name.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It, like, with our American accent, it sounds horrible.
No, I mean, like, in my brain, I was just like Angel of Gertrude, and I thought it was like a title, like Gertrude was supposed to be a place or something.
Yeah, I think it's like German, and if you hear like German people say stuff, it just sounds much more like romantic, like Gertrude.
Okay, can't talk to, can only kneel. Sorry about killing your angel there.
Go over and like see
That was
her.
my bad.
Angle the camera in so you can see her face.
Shit, she looks pretty rough. She looks like she's going a little bit insane. Oh, god damn it.
Looks better than most Dark Souls characters, especially if you go through character creation.
Yeah, I love how the camera is just like, no, I'd rather look at the cool Crusader Knight behind her.
Smashing all of her candelabras.
Of course. That's why they're there. I see that we have the stone tablets decorating the walls. Nice touch. Nice touch. You've heard of the 10 Commandments. Now get ready for the 10,000 Commandments, huh? That's a lot. I guess there's nothing else to do here, though. I don't know, maybe she wants me to grab an item to actually talk to her. Maybe there's something I missed in this area? Not sure. Because in the true Dark Souls fashion, they refuse to explain anything to you. As far as, like, what you're supposed to do to get further.
So I heard a story recently about someone was telling me about someone that they know that they're not happy unless they have like a project, like a person project, like someone that they can like help.
Oh,
right?
Interesting.
So like they had a kid, and like but the kid's like all grown up, and so now there's no project, right? There's no raising the kid, so they were like getting it. They were like single, right? They got divorced, and they were Um, oh, that's the same, huh? That was, I think it was like that in base game, but I think that guy doesn't respawn. I could be mistaken, but I think that's how it is. So
Just
like
the aggro range.
yeah, so like it extends their like dating life. Like if the girl is like fine, he's like discontent. You know, he's like bored. He's like miserable. No project. But then if there's like something wrong with the girl, he's like, you know. So it made me think of a story that I heard forever ago. This was a coworker of mine in a job I had. I worked at a haunted house, and this guy he worked the box, right?
The box.
So in the haunted house, you would be instructed to go sit in the box or leave. There was the exit sign, and then there was the box. You could get in the box, or you could exit out the emergency exit and leave. And if you chose to get in the box, they would spin you around in the box and open the box up, and you would leave out further through the haunted house, right?
Sure.
This was a way of, like, halfway through the haunted house, breaking up the traffic jams. Because sometimes people get scared, sometimes people don't continue through the house, and so you have these traffic jams and some possible...
And you're trying to get as many people through as possible.
Yeah, you want to make as much money, right?
Yeah.
However, that causes people to not be scared and to not enjoy the haunted house. Yes. So you're banking on people in the beginning, only letting them in one at a time, but a lot of times they just will dump people through without any concern as to like how crowded it is. So they have like a terrible time in the first half of the haunted house, depending on who's admitting people. So anyway, it was what should I name this guy? The Boxman? No,
Boxman.
What's like a name a person could have? I Can Fix Her. Yes, precisely where I was going with this. What's a good name? It's Chat and/or just Marshall, because I think it's just him. Give me a name for this Boxman. The Lord of the Box.
Greg.
Greg is a name that people have. All right. So Greg
fucked up.
No. So Greg was like, he wasn't at work because he was like busy, right? And it was the three. Oh, I guess I should expand more on Greg's behavior with the box. So in theory, you just are mitigating the traffic jams, letting people through the second half of the house at an even pace. But what if it's really crowded and you can't just spin them around a bit in the box? Otherwise, they're going to get sick in the box, right? You need to do other stuff to them while they're in the box. One thing you could do is just leave them locked in the box and forget about them for a long time, which happens.
That would certainly be scary.
Yeah, but you cover it up by just like when you open the box. It was pretty funny. So like the wheel on the bottom would always break, So the wheel, and then you put the boxes. You have extra boxes. So the wheel, the boxes that had the broken wheel, you'd put it off to the side. And so they did put someone off to the side, and someone assumed it was a broken box, and then they realized someone was in there, and then they open the box and they're like, "What are you doing in here?" And they're like, "Oh, I was told to go in the box." And it's like, "Get out of the box!" And they send them through the rest of the house, and they thought it was all part of the show. And they're like, "Wow, what a long thing! There's all those sounds outside the box, them making all these noises of scary noises. Those are all real noises of them actually,
here we go.
just existing. But they thought it was like some kind of like production or whatever. And a lot of people's reviews of the haunted house involves the box, to the point where like, what's the line from V for Vendetta, where he's like, "A clever man would need to know only the color of the walls." You could probably figure out which haunted house I worked at just by the box, because it was the main feature of the haunted house.
Omen of the Eclipse.
What a badass name.
Yeah, it is pretty badass. It looks pretty badass. Well, let's see what we're going with here.
Looks like I'm gonna scoot over for.
Oh, I'm so slow.
So.
Oh, it's because I got the new armor on. I'm an idiot.
So Greg would take his job as the boxman very seriously. There were many boxmen, and the main thing they would do is pound on the box, which is terrifying when you're inside the box. I've been inside the box, and it is quite terrifying. They're very rough on the boxes, and they brought steel-toed boots so they could kick the boxes super hard with their steel-toed boots. And like when they put me in the box, they were like, ugh. Alright. Oh, so he transforms halfway through? Oh, so he's like they made a full boss out of that clusterfuck, huh?
Yeah, it's a shame. I'm like playing it as a challenge at this point because I'm slow rolling. Yeah. I didn't expect.
You get pretty far fat rolling.
The sword is very good.
Yeah, Phoenix sword or whatever. What were these boxes made out of? Wood, just wood. They would fuck up these boxes. They like.
As nice as this cape is, I cannot afford to die anymore.
Anyway, when they were putting me in the box, they realized I wasn't scared, and so they were like, "Wait a second, who are you?" And I was like, "Adam," and then Greg was like, "All right." And he closes the box. And then he fucks up the box, right? Like, he kicks the box so hard the lock breaks off. Like, it's like a lock. It shouldn't have broken. But the door comes open, and then he runs over to the box as it's rolling across the floor, as the door is coming back closed, and then he punts the box again, like, into the wall. I was fine. The box has a nice, secure seating arrangement, but it was an experience. It was very fun. The other thing that they did was they had a power drill that had no drill bit, and it had a flashlight on it, so they would like turn it on and go like to like see the person in there instead of a normal flashlight, and people would, you know, naturally have some fear of being drilled to death. So anyway, Greg.
Oh, that was generous.
Greg was one of 3 brothers, and everyone made jokes about how he's dealing with his anger management through torturing people in the box. He said that too, which is it's funny. But anyway, one time he wasn't there, and I was like to one of his brothers. It was the 3 brothers, right? I go to one of his brothers, and I'm like, "Oh, where's Greg?" And he goes like, "Oh, he's busy. I think he's sick today." And I was like, "Oh yeah." Like, you know, there was like he said it with like a joke, like, you know, there's more to the story. I was like, what's the story? Because he seemed like he wanted to tell a story, and he did want to tell a story. He's like, all right. So he tells me this story. He's like his wife is a handful, and I was like, what?
Oh.
But what does that mean,
I
right?
see.
And
Oh, how did I miss that? Can't even pick it up.
so he tells me the story. He goes over Greg's house to pick him up to go skiing. But Greg's not waiting out front the house, so he's like, I guess he's not ready yet. We got time. It's gonna be a long drive, whatever. So he parks and he goes up to the door. The door is unlocked, just like hanging open, and he's like, Greg? And he like pushes the door open. He's like, Greg, you there? The glass coffee table has been shattered. There's like stuff thrown all over the place. The house is like a mess, right? And I'm thinking like, oh, Greg, his anger problem. Did he like trash his own house because he lost control of the rage? Right? That's like where my head's going to. And then he's like, brother, like, he said his brother's name. He's like, oh, is that you? Yeah, I'm here. I'm in the garage. And so he goes over to the garage, and he's walking through, and he's like, he's got his shoes on still, and there's broken glass on the floor everywhere. And he passes by the bathroom, and there's these big splotches. They're kind of all over the house. There's these big splotches of color, like paint or something was like splattered on the wall, like someone went paintballing. But there's also a lot of glass around, so I was like, oh, it's like one of those like old school paintball guns, those little glass balls. And he's like, no, not that. And it's all different colors, all super bright colors. And so he passes by the bathroom, and of course, like the bathroom mirror has been smashed, and the shower curtain is like, on the ground. And he goes to the garage door, and his brother Greg pokes his head through the garage door because there's a gaping hole in the center of the garage door. Hey, Aura, how do you do?
He's in the middle of a cool story.
So he's like, Greg, what happened? And he's like, oh,
Happens.
we got into a fight. It's no big deal. I'm ready to go. We can get going. He's like, you okay? He's like, oh yeah, it's fine. He's like, it's fine. I ducked. Right?
Oh boy.
So what happened apparently was he mentions, like, his wife knows he's going on the trip. He's like, oh, I'm gonna be going with.
Jeez, why won't it stay locked on this guy?
I think they just didn't. They made his jump a little too high, or they made it too fast, or something. Because like all the FromSoft bosses are very carefully. How fast and high they jump is very calculated, so it won't break the lock on. Like Slave Knight Gale has a very particular trajectory, so you stay locked on and see him do that crossbow flip.
Yeah, I guess.
They probably just didn't like play test it quite enough. Probably not great playtest tools in this. What an absolute chunker.
Yeah. For some reason, that one round is just like really difficult to actually get my hits to connect. Oh well, I guess I should have gone for the souls first.
It's okay. I know a guy. His name is Mr. Engine. He can hook you up with more souls. Anyway, so Greg's wife is what should we call his wife? His wife should have a name.
Sharon.
Anastasia.
Oh, how dramatic.
Yes, I think a dramatic name is appropriate for Anastasia. So she knows about the trip, right? And Greg brings up, of course.
Oh, the flamberge. Nice.
You know. He's like, "What? Are you mad?" Just if you have to ask, yes. It's like, you knew about this trip. She's like, it's fine. It's just that. You never get me anything. I don't know how the transition exactly happened. Can't remember at this point like what the connector piece in the conversation was. She's like, oh, you never buy me anything, but he's going on this ski trip or something, or
spamming motherfucker.
And he's like, well, you can come on the trip. And she's like, no, I don't want to go. He's like, well, all right. She's like, you never get me anything. And then he's like, I get you stuff. I don't know. And she's like,
what do you mean?
She's like, you just get me stuff for like my birthday and Christmas. You don't get me any like random stuff. And then he's like, I did. I was walking through into the mall, and I stopped and I grabbed I got this nail polish, like whatever that was. And then this and I assume the way he's engaging his conversation is not like calmly, right? I assume he's like,
what do you mean?
Oh, what do you mean? I mean, he's yeah. Judging from his last name, I think he was like Scandinavian or something. Okay. But
I just default to Italian.
Yeah, I mean he was pretty New Jersey, so he did kind of have that sort of affect, but
yeah, sure.
He wasn't full Scooby-Doo by any means.
Oh, I fucked you up.
Actually, he could have been German too.
Did you see that? I think that was the kick.
Is there a kick? Let me see.
I don't know
like
what
a tilt?
No, I didn't. I don't know what I did. I wanted to look back at the video.
Yeah, because you did do like a weird combo. Is that the?
Yeah, he was about to hit me, and I did some sort of fucking weird parrying move. Let me see. Or is there just like perfect attack? Fuck away from me so I can watch myself on YouTube.
That was it right there. It's a 3-hit combo, I think, is the spin.
It was that. Did you see that? That's what it was.
What?
I can only replay it he goes to attack me. That. Do you see that?
Oh, it's just
Yeah.
because you're dropping off the stairs.
I don't think that's what it was, but...
Yeah, you went into a falling animation for a second.
But it stopped him from attacking.
Mm-hmm. Because you jumped on him. Like you stepped on his toe. That's like a real, that's a thing. Anyway. This guy... So... He brings up the nail polish. I assume he's escalating the whole time, right? So then she snaps. She's like, nail polish! This nail polish! So she goes in the bathroom and she gets the nail polish, right? And she starts throwing the nail polish, the glass nail polish things at the wall. Smashing them. And then he's like, what's wrong with the nail polish? She's like, here, now I don't have any nail polish. And like smashing the nail polishes on the wall. I don't know how the coffee table broke, but I think, I asked how the coffee table broke, and then he said, "Oh, that's just standard. Like the coffee table always just breaks, right? Like as soon as there's an argument, the coffee table is the first thing to go. It's a glass coffee table." And then I was like, and he was like, it doesn't make any sense. They can't handle a glass coffee table. He was like, they should just get a not glass coffee table. And I was thinking, like, I mean, I guess that's a solution, but also... You just not be crazy. But I guess that's harder than... a living nightmare.
Oh, come on. Do I really get knocked over by... What was that? Death poison?
So anyway.
Yes, continue.
She pushes him into the garage. And then she locks the door to the garage and is like, now you spend the night in the garage. And he was like, well, no. And so he punches a hole through the door to the garage and unlocks it.
Really? It just took me over here? I don't get to rest or anything? This guy's, like, revived and I have no flasks? What a great reward.
Maybe he's a good guy now.
No.
So, glass coffee tables are always ugly. I don't know, I feel like glass coffee tables are like a, I feel like that's like a, I don't know. I feel like it's like an Italian
like
stereotype.
For the glass,
The glass
coffee
coffee
table?
tables.
That's I don't know. We had one at one point. I think it was just
Yeah.
like in style during a certain time period.
Yeah, but you're also like Italian, so.
Well, not that we've embraced culture or anything. I don't know.
No, but it's just like,
It's like my mom does the decorating and she's full German.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's like a... Because there's like that Italian comedian who's talking about, of course, you have to have the glass coffee table. So it's like, so it got me thinking, like, is that actually a thing? Because like now I'm thinking about it, and it's like,
It just
like,
feels like such an 80s thing.
my grandma,
It feels like a specific time period to me.
my grandma like needed it to be a glass coffee table.
Who's the bell?
I don't know. And I had a couple ants and stuff. So. Anyway, here's the question, right? I thought Italians wrapped all their furniture in plastic. That's a thing, right? But that's also a Greek thing, too. Trisha's Italian, but she's so chill. See, that's... now I'm, like, thinking about it, it's like... There is a little bit of a fucking, you know... A little bit of a correlation between Italians and unfathomable rage. So now I'm thinking, like, this guy had a very, like, he was, like, for sure, like, I'm gonna say German, just because of how, like, he looked.
Visually German guy.
Also, his last name could either be Scandinavian or German, and so I'm just gonna guess German. Also, I also met, like, 2 of his brothers, so I think I have it all figured out.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people with German ancestry in the United States. It's not an unfair guess.
It's actually, like, the majority of people in the United States have German ancestry. It's like 70%.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
That's crazy high.
Yeah. It's also like the Amish are 100% German.
All these fucking rooms that have no purpose.
And they have no like mixing of other races. They're just German. There's just different types of Amish from different places will mix with each other, but they're all different Germans. Anyway, here's the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you fix her? Did you get a chance to swing by the P.O. Box? No, but I will.
Oh yeah, that's right. We
The Wizard Mouse video.
yeah, we gotta definitely check the P.O. Box. Right. I think... I mean, like, I don't know what else to do in this area. I could, like, wander around more, or I could do a different area in the boss, depending on what chat would prefer to see. If, of course, chat has any preference.
Do Hyde's Tower of Flame. Hey, Gabe.
I can give that a shot.
Done.
You wanna go hang out, Kirby?
Hey, Gergie. Oh, now you're super fast trying to get on me.
And Toto wants to join too, but Toto, you're too fat. There's no room for you.
You can sit down, Gergie. Yeah. We got an extra rug.
Ow.
Hi, Gergie. Hi, Toto. Hi. So this is Gergie, who's my doggy. Yeah. And then my brother's dog is here to visit.
Yes, and she is very stanky.
She's very stinky. She's afraid of water. So no
Never gets
baths.
a bath.
And she's a chungus. I don't know if you can see her, but she's fat boy pup. I want to see her. Well, Toto, would you like to take my seat?
Oh, you would.
Without a second thought.
Alright. Yeah. She's much more courageous than Gergi, but far less elegant.
Or smart.
Oh yeah, she's a dummy. Oh. I'm afraid to scratch her too much because then it'll really stink if I let the smell out.
Yeah. She's very stinky.
What do you guys think? What are your reviews of the dogs? You can't even breathe. You're so fat. You can hear her like fatness. She's like
Oh.
Chungus.
Oh,
You got
stinky.
rolls on your back, Toto.
Just took his fucking lunch money. Standing out here in the middle of a big circle like he's all important. Psh. Fucking idiot. Stupid. Ah, yes. My items. Cup hilt rapier. Oh, fencing. Interesting.
Anyway, after hearing the story about Greg and his dear wife, here's the question, right? Can you fix her? In fact, I'll
Would you like to
can I make a poll?
add your own thoughts?
No, I'm just curious. How do I make a poll?
I don't know if you can do it as a mod.
Oh, maybe you can.
Maybe you have to literally be me to make the polls.
Oh.
I mean, but my laptop is open if you just want to grab that and make a poll.
Oh yeah, I guess
Well, I was thinking you would pick it up, but okay.
it's okay. There you go.
The poll has started, and now you will not be able to enjoy chat until you
So again,
answer the poll.
can you fix her? I instinctively say yes. Double Dog Cam viewer count starts rising exponentially. I like the chubby one. He reminds me of fat ass wiener dog I used to have. Oh. Toto. You want Chungus? Yeah, they both like mirror each other. They both lay the same way, but on opposite sides. Let's see, can you see them both on the stream? Oh, they're slightly cut off. I'll turn the camera down a little.
No.
Let's see.
Would you believe that they're related, folks?
Yeah, the logo kind of covers up Toto.
Gotta go full screen. See full doggo.
Yeah, she's still covered up by the corner thing.
All hope is lost.
Yeah. Anyway,
Big sword is good.
in a recap, I worked with a guy. His brother came over his house to pick him up for a ski trip. The night before, the whole house was trashed. Glass coffee table shattered. Gaping hole in the garage door. Nail polish, like glass nail polish things had been pelted at all of the walls and smashed. Mirror in the bathroom broken. Stuff broken all over the place, essentially. And the reason was his wife just kind of sort of randomly was like, "Oh, you never buy me anything," and he's like, "I give you birthday gifts," and she's like, "Yeah, but birthday gifts aren't like spontaneous. It needs to be spontaneous."
Oh, fuck, Felix.
And so he's like, "Yeah, but I spontaneously got that nail polish that one time, whenever that was." And she's like, "Nail polish?
You think nail polish is enough food?
Wait, I don't think it was that. I think she was like, "Fine, I don't need the nail polish. I'll get rid of the nail polish so you can give me things again."
Mm.
And so then she smashes all the nail polish things. And so the question is like, can you fix her? And
Wasn't expecting him to suicide bomb, but
part of me is like
guess it did give me back a flask.
the clear genetic weakness in me is like, yeah, I mean, she was sad about not getting spontaneous gifts. Aww.
Aw.
But
Totally justified.
the logical part of my brain is like, oh, she's crazy. Oh, she's really crazy. Oh, that's dangerous.
Yeah, of course.
So like the
Who the heck starts smashing?
So now, for everyone who voted no, let me see if this adjusts your answer to can you fix her. I saw he added me on Facebook, and his profile picture on Facebook is him.
Oh my god, they have voice acting for this guy?
Incredible. He only has one arm, I think. You gonna bother Gergi? What are you doing? How uncouth, right, Gergi? So uncivilized. There. Man, she smells so bad.
I know.
Ugh. I don't even want to sit where she sat.
Oh, he's got fucking wind scar.
He's cool. I like this guy.
I like him too. Where did they get this moveset from?
Oh, I've seen it before.
This is like some Sekiro shit.
No.
Or,
Maybe some of it. But I've seen some of those attacks on Elden Ring swords.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Whoop! Come on! Fucking dodge, man.
Yeah, that's the katana in Elden Ring. I think it's like the weapon art.
I can't backstab him? Man. Almost, though. Big sword prevails.
I'm kind of glad that you didn't win on the first attempt, because now we get to see him a bit more. Anyway, so his profile picture is him. They're him and her on a beach, and he's picking her up real strong, and she's got her arms wrapped around his neck, and she's got the brightest smile you've ever seen, and she looks great in a bikini, right? She looks like she could be a bikini model. Just like well fitted, and she's like toned and happy, and she just looks. They look so in love. It must be their honeymoon or something. And the waves are crashing over them, and they both got big smiles on. Now can you fix her? Right? Hmm?
It's too cool. So many objects.
I just remembered his real name. I could always remember his last name, but I just remembered his real name. He aimed too pretty and didn't notice the crazy back there. He's a handsome guy. He's definitely more handsome than his brothers. And he was pretty in shape. I mean, obviously.
Jeez, every single time I heal, he like fucking knocks it down.
Obviously, I think the majority of his strength comes from rage, if we're being honest. But
That's where my strength comes from.
Like, I think most of his strength when he was, like, throwing the box around was from rage, not, like, physical fitness. Like, I think it just gave him super strength. But yeah. Also, I don't know if I said hello, but hey, love to draw. My brother recently got out of a relationship just like that. Holes in garage doors as well. It happened twice. She was the door smasher. Well, in this case, she pushed him into the garage, and then he, to get out of the garage, had to punch through the door to unlock it.
You guys can keep on debating this. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Who's your puppy? You purring? You purring like a cat? What a good barf. Oh. Yeah, he aimed too pretty and didn't notice the crazy back there. Perhaps, but he's not like she was out of his league or anything, you know. Out a ghost story now. Do I know a ghost story? Kind of. I mean, I guess I do. It's just more crazy chicks, but just I have a story about a crazy chick who believed in ghosts. I have a lot of stories about crazy chicks who believe in ghosts. I mostly have stories about crazy people, I guess. Steve Harvey said it best. His wife asked him to join her in the hot tub, and he was too distracted by her breasts and nudity to notice the steam coming off of them. He got burned. Yeah, I don't know, but isn't Steve Harvey the game show guy? Like the black guy with the dyed mustache? Didn't he, like, cheat on, like, all of his wives? And then he wrote a book on relationships? I don't know. I don't think, like, hot girls are the problem. Exactly. There's crazy ugly chicks out there, and I've met them. Yep, he used to be stand-up comic. Yeah, I think I'm thinking of the right guy. Is that a good... Can you guys hear him? He's so loud. He's so loud.
He's purring. Oh. He's just happy to be pet.
You want a doggy massage, Greggy? No. Shut up, uppers. Living in the lap of luxury, Gurgi.
Yes. So we got stacks and stacks of boxes of some Reaper orders going out. Fulfilling the campaign in good time.
Oh, yeah. Tomorrow I'll be sending out all those boxes, and then I'll stop by the P.O. Box.
Yes. And once he does that, we'll be finished sending out all of the Sid Hearth tiers and the busts.
That's one of the videos that I recorded. I recorded like 2 videos, and then my USB stick... Something was just wrong with the files. Like, they wouldn't go onto a USB stick for some reason. I guess they were too big or something like that. And one of the videos, this was sparked by David Meyer's comment. Oh, I agree. Most of the narcissistic, unfaithful people I know are ugly. There was this. It was a story about this guy that I had met who was like a hunchback. Like, he had like super severe scoliosis. It's like some real Quasimodo shit. And the first time I met him, he was bragging about cheating on his girlfriend or whatever.
Yikes.
He had like a crazy complex about it. He was like, "Oh, she's a fucking loser for dating me because I'm a freak." She's like, "Oh, probably just dating me to control me. Thinks she's better than me. Thinks she's like magnanimous for dating me." I was like, okay.
Okay. That's a good example of like where insecurities actually create villains.
Yeah.
What, you think you're better than me?
And then he was like describing her crying and stuff and like laughing about it. It's like, dude is a total fucking psycho.
My god, this fucking parrying psychopath over here.
Yeah, that's some attack in Elden Ring. That like figure 8 cut he does.
I was dodging, but it doesn't matter because he does my whole health bar with that anyway. Man, what is with this phase 2?
What size is the thumb drive? Super big. It was like 32 gigabytes, and the file was like 20 or something. So there was plenty of room. It was like entirely empty. I bought a second USB drive just in case that was like the problem. Like the USB drive was like dying. But plus, it's also good to have an extra USB drive for whatever. But yeah, no. Apparently, the police know Greg the Boxman and Anastasia very well, and
Man, there's so many hits that don't look like they should be hitting me, but they just do. They're just giving him, like, more to work with since he just got one arm. Giving him some, like, pity attacks.
And he never calls the cops, but neighbors do because they're worried that he's gonna get hurt. Because he has gotten hurt. Like, she is violent and angry, and so he's needed stitches for a couple things.
He does not need parrying. And it goes through the pillar, okay.
Stylistically, it's kind of cool, I guess, for this guy to parry, but I don't really understand what the counterplay is supposed to be behind parrying. It's just like kind of like, oh, they do better than you. I don't see like the gameplay aspect to it. Unless there's like a certain moment.
What the fuck was that? You're dead! You don't have any health! Sorry.
Are you scared? Not so scared you don't want pets, though.
Oh, interesting. So it's just scripted death? Interesting, okay.
Did you beat him?
I beat him, but then he scripted kills you anyway.
Oh, because he's so cool?
Because he's so cool.
The writer's so insecure.
Cool. Now I can talk to him.
God, this is gonna be so cringy.
He has 2 arms now?
I think he always had 2 arms.
Good morning, emissary. Easy. I know. I must apologize. I mistook thee for a convict. See, the war above led to a jailbreak. If you didn't recognize me before, my name's Flynn. Well known here.
I just think this is body video.
Ricard and Faris. Now, let us speak on business.
Sounds like him, doesn't it?
Yeah, no, I think a bunch of YouTubers did voices for this.
A treasure hunter. I know where to find it, and I know what it's worth. For your continued
Toll complete? Can you
Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't. I was just. This This controller's really finicky. I'm sorry. One more time. I'll listen.
Ah, good day. I must apologize. See,
Draw game? Poll complete?
if you didn't
No.
recognize
Everyone's
me
voting
before,
no? You can't
my name's
fix her?
Phil.
I
Well
mean...
known here amongst the likes of
I mean, so
That's
yes...
probably the responsible answer.
Yes, she sent him to the hospital.
I know you have a different foothold. I am a thief.
Yes, the police have arrested her multiple
I know where to
times.
find it, and I know what it's worth. For your continued cooperation, let us enter into a partnership. I'll tell you where
This
to
is one of
find
those things where you're gonna like betray me at the end.
trinkets.
And yes, she's been arrested too many times for the police to leave when he tells them that, don't worry, nothing happened, I'm fine. The police don't no longer...
Motherfucker could have at least given me my souls back. He's like, oh, let's work together now. And it's like, okay, are you gonna give me back my money? No.
Knowest thee of my grand adventures? I am but a thief, yet the wind would sing of my fortunes to spark a flame of ambition in the meek.
Nah, man.
Many upstart heroes
So cringy.
sought my capture,
It's a little bit
chasing
cringy.
after
They're like,
my
oh,
glory.
I'm so cool, I can't lose.
Providence, wind in my wings.
Now,
I pray the same for
now,
you.
yes, she's crazy. Yes, she's given him stitches. But she loves him a lot, and she's
very affectionate as well.
I believe so. Yeah, I mean she looks good in the bikini, and she's got this bright, happy smile in that Facebook photo. So
No one could ever look as happy as Guri does now. He's so relaxed. Oh man. On a scale of 1 to 10, where is she?
On how crazy? I've never met her.
Oh, I thought you meant like looks wise.
Oh, like attractiveness? I don't know. It's not my thing.
Not your cup of tea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she's attractive. Like objectively, she's good looking. Men who stay with that deserve what they get, no sympathy.
Oh, got him.
Hotness. I don't know.
After battle, may you find victory.
She's kind of like
Guess I could just kill him.
I don't know.
I beat you once, I can beat you again, motherfucker.
There's like that Bo guy on Instagram. It's kind of like his wife.
Flynn's ring. What's
I'd like-
Flynn's ring?
If I was gonna like, whatever numerical score, I'd probably put them at the same. It's been a while since I've seen what she looked like.
Lowering equip load increases in tag. I see. That makes sense.
But like she didn't she wasn't fat, right? She was like fit. But she didn't have like really big boobs, especially for her frame. And she didn't seem very like soft, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like supple, you know, like she didn't seem like that sort of feminine squishiness. That's like,
Oh, he's so cool. He killed fucking
oh
Ornstein.
man.
Literally killed fucking Ornstein. This is
Okay.
so cringe.
Oh man.
I mean, like, yay, you get to be in a Dark Souls game, but also, you could have held back a bit. Oh, look, there's actually people here praying.
Hey, Gigi. You upset about this service? You want more pets? Is she hot enough to be a TV weather girl? Yes. Yes. That's exactly like the
It's a good rating.
that's like the hotness, yeah. A Mexican weather girl. I feel like the clips of like Mexican weather girls, they always look like some kind of, like, they look very it's different. They're like very porny. That makes sense. Like Asmongold had some video of one in like a skin tight Asuka cosplay, like the person from like the redhead person from Neon Genesis, and she was dancing to the theme song, and I was just like, what is this? How is this the weather? Why are you doing this?
It is pretty cringe.
If you reformat the thumb drive to exFAT, it can handle a 20 gigabyte file. Oh, you know, it's funny. My brother, it came to him later why why I was telling you needed a codec.
Why?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Well, I fixed it by just converting it. So.
Yeah. Sounds about right. You know the hurricane is bad when the Mexican weather brings out the weather man? Oh, shit.
The meteorologist. Yeah, of course.
But yeah, now she was like, yeah, you know what I would say? I would say she was like hot and beautiful, but not cute or pretty. You know what I mean by that? That's like the kind of looks that this, like, she was like a model. You know what I mean? Like, she looked. And by the way, they're both angry people. They both have anger issues, and they like can relate to each other. It's just that he doesn't get violent and hit people unless they're in a box, and she does. I think and like I think his brother was like, oh, she doesn't mean to be crazy, and he's like, most of the time she doesn't mean to hit him, she just throws stuff.
Oh yeah,
at
that's
him.
better.
And like whether she means to get better or not, she gets so much practice throwing stuff at him, she much more frequently will hit him. And she's always aiming at his face, even if she doesn't mean to hit him in the face. Yeah.
It's because she's always looking into his eyes, because she loves him so much.
Yeah. There must be some kind of thing there about, like, because I think guys have this natural sort of like barrier with violence. Once you inflict some amount of damage on another guy, you get this big dump of all your like adrenaline, like it all flushes out. Like you're immediately like satisfied, and both of you are like de-escalated, and then the fight like calms down immediately. But girls don't have that barrier. And so if you've ever seen like a girl fight on World Star, they're insane. They have no like off switch. I remember there was these soccer girls like playing, like, must have been like high school soccer or something, and they
they like fuck each other's hair up and shit.
No, there was just like this girl just like got on top of the other girl. It was like it was just like normal. They were just like normal girls, like they weren't like ghetto or something, you know. It was like, which makes it 10 times more disturbing, because I'm like, oh my god, that was insane. That's like just actual like crazy people. Oh wow, that's a prized thing. Instead of the herbs, you get the shield. Put it on your back and regen. But no, they like punched her. The girl punched the other girl in the nose and broke it, and then she keeps on hitting her in the nose, and she turns it sideways. She hits her so many times in the face, and I was like, holy shit, why would she hit her again? Like, just like instinctively, I'm like, no, that's the off switch. Like you're like, okay, you win.
That's when you think that you've gone too far.
Yeah, thing. Like you, I would immediately be like, oh, I win. I broke his nose. Fight over. But they don't have that like programming, so they just don't stop. So all of this is to say, kind of dangerous to be married to a crazy bitch, but here we are. Anyway, I think
Oh, come on now.
I vote yes, we can fix her. I think that the poll ended though, but yeah, my weave. Oh yeah, there was a girl I was talking to who was like, man, my high school was so bad there were weaves in the hallway, and I was like, oh, weave?
Just from them, like
I had never heard the
yanking
term
them off
before.
in the fight.
Yeah, because they get into fights and they don't want to put it back on. I was someplace with Trisha where there was a weave vending machine, and I was like, wow, this place is a real shithole. And Trisha didn't know what it was. So I took a picture to explain later. I hate to use the whole old argument, but if she was a dude, she'd be in prison. I mean, I don't know. Like they dealt with her very evenly. Like he would always say it wasn't a big deal or whatever, or something like that, or he would always say anything he could to get her out of it, and just
That's how it usually works, huh?
yeah, they're like they've stopped giving any like weight to what he says, so they're like no, if she hits you again, and we can see that you've been hit, she's going in the drunk tank. So, you know, because like the neighbors, because she's very loud and screamy, and so the neighbors call the police when they hear her screaming at him.
Fair.
Yeah.
Alright.
This guy also really loves dogs.
Well, who doesn't?
I remember we went to a bar for the like season end party. We all went to the same bar, and there was a commercial on the TV,
That stands.
and it was is it Sarah McLachlan?
Ah, yes, in the arms of an angel.
Yeah, so that commercial comes on, and he's like, he's had like a drink, you know, and he's like,
Mommy, Sarah, fuck me up.
no, yeah, no, he's like, oh, you're gonna make me cry like a faggot. He's like already crying.
Aww.
He's like already crying looking at the commercial, and he's like, take all my fucking money, you bitch. Because he really likes dogs, and he like the commercial makes him sad. He was he was like tearing up seeing the abused dogs in the commercial, and I was like, man, I was like, man, you gotta toughen up, dude. He's a big strong guy though, so it's kind of funny. It's not what you'd expect.
Man, they really created some pretty environments here.
Yeah, they did.
What's this?
I thought he meant the kicked out of the petting zoo type of dog loving. No.
Jeez, dude. Why, hello there.
Yeah.
Just chilling?
The legal system is super backward about arresting / charging women. I don't know. You know? Serial killers don't mean to be crazy either. Yeah.
Like the, what is it, Renala? That's like
Final
her floating pose, and then they just added like vines to it.
Final Fantasy game ensembles typically have one of each: cute, pretty, and sexy. Holy shit. That's really interesting. Lulu, Riku, and Yuna in Final Fantasy X. Yuna is pretty, Riku is cute, and then Lulu would be sexy. They don't really have a what I would call like a beautiful one. That's like where I would put like the models and stuff. Where they're not. It's not someone that you really. It's not someone that elicits like a kind of a sexual sort of feeling, but they're objectively like pretty and they make the clothes look nice.
I see.
Oh hey, Yeshua and Yarden. Watch the Dannphan stream. I'm looking forward to my copy of Reaper. I will probably be sending it out in the morning.
Yes. I'm hoping I can get it done by next week.
But yeah, it's like this little like snapshot character portrait of just someone that I encountered, and I am curious whatever happened to that guy. And whatever happened with him and his crazy wife. Apparently the police were very used to them, and they did not go easy on her. At least by like women's standards. They were like, listen, you're gonna go to jail if you do this again. Like they were like scaring her.
Messing around.
Yeah. But I kind of assumed that because the Boxman, Greg the Boxman, was so he was just how he was. I assumed that he would just end up getting arrested because people would assume that it was a gargoyle behind you. Because normally a gargoyle lands here and breathes fire. So I don't know if that fire is from a gargoyle. Oh, are they firing from the tower or something?
Maybe.
Interesting.
It's the Tower Flame.
Hi, it's Tower Flame.
Yeah, right.
Hey. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should go. I just remember what his real name was. So I'm gonna look him up on Instagram and see what happened. See if I can find him anyway.
These windows.
Let's see what we got. Oh, this is the people I'm already following. Okay, so I need to...
Oh. All right. Doing pretty okay. If there's anything I've learned from Dark Souls games, it's just like hit harder and kill faster.
Now false alarm.
Oof. Oh god, I hate it when I go into the fucking wall. Alright, there should be a bonfire near here, unless they took it out. Oh, I sure hope they didn't. Fucker. Still shooting at me. Anything else up here?
Unless this is another guy with the same name who also loves dogs. It's not impossible. A lot of people like dogs.
Classic. I would hope that everybody liked dogs.
I think it's a different guy who also has a similar looking wife. Hmm.
I like prairie dogs. Does that count? Yes.
Another similar looking dude who also likes skiing and having a wife that looks like a model who may or may not be insane. But it's a different guy. Definitely a different guy. It's just funny how many... Hmm. Hmm. Let's see.
Hey, bonfire. I like that they did the candle circle around it. Looks nice. Yes. You know that's quite a sight. Good job with the visuals, people who put this mod together.
Yes.
You did good.
There's a Japanese template for how to make female characters. They either care for you and feed you like a mother, challenge and toy with you like a woman, or they are innocent and fun-loving like a child.
Interesting comparisons.
Wait a second. Did you say challenge and toy with you like a woman?
Yeah, that's the only one who's in it. Who's a woman.
That sounds...
Oh, it's this guy.
You're careful, your complex is showing.
Oh, come on, I dodged. Man, no wonder you're so disgraced. Ha, got him. Can't handle a heavy hit from a big sword? Disgrace in my book. Oh, can I not pick up any of these items unless I also pick up Homeward Bone? You should have... yeah.
My cyberstalking skills are sorely lacking, to be honest.
And these guys on the ground are apparently just chill. Just for aesthetics purposes. Of course it's locked. Nice statues. Alright, well, guess nothing to do but go into the next room, boys. What fun things await us there. Oh, I guess this is a fog wall that I actually can't go past? Why? That's weird. I have to, like, unlock something? Or is that just, like, glitched out after beating the guy? You know what? It's probably a glitch. Let me quit out and then
Yeah, it'll
try
probably
again.
fix it. Man, their social media game sucks. I just looked at a video that said 1 view, which is me viewing it 7 years later.
I mean, yeah. Oh, it's still all sealed up. So I guess this is intentional?
Oh, it's yellow. So that's in Dark Souls 1 you had to unlock the yellow ones by getting something.
Right. But what?
Good question.
Yeah.
If it's a Facebook you're looking for, use Google, add his name, age, and location. Yeah, you know, I could just search on Google. I suppose that would work. I was just curious if I could find him on Instagram, because that's a social media I actually still have.
I think I did every, like, boss here. Let me go back to her chamber. Maybe she talks to me or something now that I fucked everybody up. Maybe? Yeah. Nothing? Yeah. She wants nothing to do with me? How do I progress? Take your cocoon, nerd. You look confused. What's wrong?
I look confused?
Yeah, you're like staring at your phone, like puzzled.
Mm-hmm. It's okay. No, I'm the guy that the story's about. I was curious if there was like an update.
Right. And there's not.
It's okay.
Okay. Let me see if there's something over here I missed. Maybe. Oh, that's cute. They did like little itty bitty hits on me. But they sure did a lot of them. Look at the little itty bitty bit of health that I lost to the little girl. Psh, pathetic.
Trisha's slowly unraveling over there.
Ooh, titty. Nice. You'll always be my son. Sun princess ring. What does that do?
Oh, that was good, I think. Yeah.
Ah, yes. Not too shabby, not too shabby. Still got my roll speed. Alright. I guess there wasn't really anything that important over here, though.
Seems there's a lot of people with the same name.
It's alright. Not everybody, like, keeps up on social media.
I know. I mean, if I didn't like write stuff and like need to have a social media presence, I wouldn't have it.
Right.
You know, I much prefer to just like take photos and send it to people directly. Just be like, hey, I'm doing this or whatever, rather than like post it and then like hope people see it. Because then it's like, I don't know. Because then if I want to talk to someone about it, then it's like, oh, did you see I posted that thing? And they're like, oh, no, sorry, I didn't look at it. It's like, no, don't be sorry. Like, don't. Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
I'm guessing that is a story thing, because I'm not playing online, so. They gave the invaders voice actors.
Longfinger Kirk.
Yeah, he invaded in the... hub world or whatever.
Guys is in an interview, and the interviewer asks about a 4-year gap in his employment. He says, I went to Yale. The interviewer, impressed, hires him on spot and says, thanks, I really needed this job. Poor college degree people.
Okay. Well, got him. I don't know if that made any difference, but it was a thing to do, so hopefully that is what the game wanted me to do. Okay. Now will she talk to me? Am I worthy? Oh. You.
Welcome, emissary. We've
Try.
met once before. They hold thine own in combat well.
Now we're getting somewhere. Alright.
I am Jessa, warden of the Holy Jail, the pit of sinners.
That doesn't sound good.
Be wary of these parts. An apostate usurper resides above, and his warmongers skulk every corner of our city. Thy firekeeper has high hopes for thee. Do not disappoint. Emissary, a word.
Mm-hmm.
If thou seekest the blessing of our local deity, then go forth and find the sign of my compatriot, Sir Florian. He is captain of the Blue Sentinels and personal knight of the God of Dream.
Okay. Blue Sentinels are for
If
dreams.
thou wishest to integrate thyself with our
Okay.
gods, seek out Sir Florian's sign and aid him in his manhunt.
Alright, that's
Many
interesting.
wicked souls roam about. It would temper thy spirit to combat them.
I actually like that addition. I like that they have a story-based cooperations with the NPCs, since you're always like summoning them to help you fight a boss or something, right? Makes sense that you would also be able to go help them wherever they need it. And I prefer that to invading as part of a story. Looking at you, Elden Ring.
If thou wishest, nay.
I guess they had, whatever that fucking girl's name was, Millennia. I guess they had a story battle with her, but you know, it's like a little bit more complicated. Alright. What's up?
Nothing. I did find it, but not just his LinkedIn.
Okay.
The net is tightening.
You're being very quiet over there.
I'm sorry.
It's alright.
Very impractical to have your weapons chained to your hips. Yeah.
But it look cool. Hmm?
Yeah, if you're that worried about dropping them, you're probably not that competent. Also, if people hit the chain, it's gonna slip out of your grip.
Ooh, chains are cool. How about that? Man, really just like whenever I travel or get up from a bonfire anywhere in this area, there's always just some enemy somewhere dying. So maybe there's a sign somewhere on this map that I have to help a guy before I get through this wall. It's my thought anyway. I don't know where it would be. Oh, these statues look cool though. I like them. Of all the keys I've picked up, none of them go to this particular gate. Can I see beyond the statues? It doesn't look like much is happening over there.
Yeah, my cyber creeping is
You're cyber creeping.
I'm not that effective. I'm narrowing the net. I found his brother's Facebook. Oh wait, can I see his like friends? Is that a thing? Yeah, you'd like log in, I guess, or like be friends or something. That's a neat security thing that they didn't used to have.
Angel's helm. Angel's armor. Not bad looking. Not bad. Infected commander's armor. Ooh. Fancy. Check it out.
You're such a pussy, Gurgi. Why are you so scared?
This guy, though.
Oh yeah?
Fashion souls. What does this look like? It's a little bit too much on pants. Like I'm dragging them on the ground. I look like a toddler. It's not gonna work.
Those are fouls.
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Oh, let me try the other one, actually. What was it? It was the infected commanders. Hey, that looks pretty sick. Not gonna lie. I dig the red capes. I really do. The shame I'm a chungus. I'm sure I could probably make it work. A few more level ups. Or perhaps just fiddling around with something. How much over am I?
70% is what you have to, or you have to be 69.9, right?
Alright. What's this way?
Half a pound.
Almost.
So you can take off your gloves
Yeah.
and then see what that puts you at.
Ready.
That's lighter, but not light enough. Oh, that would be it. That one down at the bottom, the like rag.
Right. These are nicer though.
Okay, do it.
Man, they are really light, aren't they? What a difference. Boink. Oh, I just so happen to have on like the heaviest pants in the world.
Let's see here.
There we go. That's how you do it, folks. Ooh, I'm styling. I think those pants actually go with the armor quite nicely. Huh? Yeah. Fucking styling. God damn. I dig this cape.
Oh,
It's
that's a
good
nice cape, yeah.
Yeah, right? Fucking, yeah. I am glorious. Ooh. So. Now the question of, what do I do next? What if I do anything next? I feel like I haven't really fully completed any of the worlds, or at least they don't give me any real indication or feeling like I've fully completed them. Certainly beat a lot of bosses within them. I might get a new flask.
Yeah, so
it's just
far
resting.
with my creeping, with my like cyber stalking, It looks like he has a much better job than he used to. So that's nice. But I want to know if he's still with his wife. I want to know if she ended up murdering him. Oh no, I guess he's still alive, right? I found his LinkedIn, but that doesn't really tell me anything about his life. If he's not currently employed, I'll assume that he's been murdered by her.
No, not staggering would be nice, but probably not if I have to drink human pus in order to achieve that. That's probably not worth it.
No. The pus of man is the squiggly like black stuff, like when they the omen of the eclipse, that effect, that's the pus of man.
Yeah. Not good. And you have to be really desperate to not stagger to just start drinking pus.
I mean, maybe in Oblivion.
Yeah,
The
right.
stagger is so bad.
It's awful. Oh, man. Hurrah! We did it. I do like alien noise. So that is always an option.
Oh yeah, is that Oh yeah. Yes, this was your favorite DLC, right?
Yes, of Dark Souls 2. It's very good. Oh, not two-handing it. Fix that. Nice. Ah, this game is much better to play with a giant sword. Oh, I was supposed to kill him by these guys to get him to... Actually, I don't need you guys. Fuck you guys. Door's already open. Ah! Hello.
Tidings, emissary. It's been a while since we last spoke, hasn't it? Despite my best efforts, I've yet to find any leads on the whereabouts of Irina. It's so easy to lose
Yeah.
hope in moments like these.
I guess this is kind of like the main quest of this.
I guess so.
You've likely seen horrific things on your journey. Am I wrong? Listen, emissary. No matter what horrors you witness, you must press on. Never allow strife to lead you astray. These are the teachings of Kreml, patron deity of the undead. To allow yourself to fall into despair is to be no better than a forsaken, mindless hollow.
Base.
If your will falters, keep faith. May the miracles of Kreml edify you.
That's how you can tell this is a mod. Because Dark Souls would never have a message like that.
Like, have faith.
Yeah, like, have hope.
Mm.
Interested in a sermon, even in this hostile place?
Yeah, this guy had his
People you are.
pronouns. Very clearly not the guy I'm looking for.
I would sure hope not.
No.
Oh, what you got? You got heal, replenishment, homeward. Don't need it. Don't need any of your stuff. What is this? Oh, yeah, additional spells. I might want that later.
Sorry, but he is not much for words. Mercenaries are only after one thing, after all. It seems there is nothing.
Mercenaries only want one thing, and it's
I-
disgusting.
The road there is filled with peril, last I've heard. If your duty leads you that way, be on your guard. Take these with you. If things go awry, these can help cover your escape.
Hell yeah.
Tread these lands with...
Sorry.
Before you continue, this land, something is not right about it.
I see that.
The way ahead is barred by a holy oracle. Yet, she was quick to turn me away, rejecting my pleas for assistance in my quest. Something evil lies beyond that courtyard. It is not my place to trespass, but your duty spurs you onward, correct?
Interesting.
What does that mean?
Well-
It's like,
I killed the old chaos, so I don't know if it's something different or if I just gotta do that again.
Before you continue,
the even older chaos is
Yeah,
there.
the
something is
ancient
not
chaos.
right about it. The way ahead is barred.
That's enough of that.
I pray that each barrier
Can't open this door, so I have to. Oh wait, this. Yeah. Okay. So I'll have to go talk to. Or am I gonna have to fight our cat again? I mean, I think perhaps the cat has stayed dead. Who are you?
You must have quite the pair of stones to walk up to me. Do you know who I am? Not Sorig.
Have
They
you
call
seen
me
my
the
cape,
Night
dude?
Slayer. Most who talk to me don't end up walking away.
This is so gay.
Scared you, didn't I? I won't hurt you. I think you're funny.
What?
What's that? You're an emissary. Another
He's so cool, Adam. Everyone's so cool.
Oh, man.
Nobles that want to feel better about their fine hands.
God, that vocal fry.
All the better when I rip the rings off their cold, dead fingers.
Are you the lead singer for 69 Eyes?
Listen, I'm gonna let you in.
Oh, because he has so many rings?
When I was hired to help invade this city, I glimpsed my employer's true intentions. Now that Gennara had one, she's hiding something here. She may think she's safe, but she's no safe from me.
Okay. Anything else you want to say?
Gennara for the secret she keeps. Okay.
Alright. So what do I do? Kill him?
His...
I might want to kill Gennaro too, but he's definitely evil.
Where'd you get that idea? Just depends on how many, like, cringy interactions you want to experience with that guy.
I'll take all your cringe, please. I specialize in it.
Stresses me out a little bit when I see, like, really bad writing. 'Cause it's like, oh god, don't let my writing be like that.
Well, they're trying.
Yeah.
I can appreciate them for. I mean, like, look what they're inspired by, you know?
Yeah.
just trying to like mimic something.
It's like you could do a really, really good job with it. It's just like, I think the instinct people will have is like, oh, that was really cringy. So what you should do is have no dialogue and have everything be like ambiguous. It's like, that's not the answer. The answer is to be competent, but it's really hard to it's really hard to be good at writing, and there's kind of no motivation to be good at writing because it doesn't seem like anyone gives a shit. Like Hollywood doesn't care. People don't seem to think it's like a job you need to hire people for, especially with like Chat GPT. People are like turning out all sorts of like slop that makes no fucking sense. Like there was a writer at one of the fairs. She's like, yeah, I use Chat GPT to write my summaries, and I was like, oh, interesting, because I read her summary and I couldn't read it. It didn't make any sense. It was all nonsense. Like it was like just total bullshit.
Hey, you know, oh goddamn, it's funny. I knew someone who was writing something and asked me for advice on it, and I pointed out like a bunch of plot holes and stuff, and then like, you know, they were working on it, but then later they were saying that from now on, like they weren't doing this before, but from now on they're going to be using ChatGPT to help them write the story. And it's like, well, that's going to be worse for consistency.
And then also ChatGPT is like trained to be super woke, and like people don't understand how much of an infestation in your brain wokeism is. There's all sorts of stuff where it's just like,
and disturb not the domain of our Lord Kreml.
Kreml, why can't I? Okay. Thank you.
like I was talking to my brother about something, like some historical thing, and he's like, oh, well, you know, of course medieval peasants didn't eat well, and it's like, yeah, but they had salmon every day. They had salmon and ghee. It's called like clarified butter. Like a very common meal would be just salmon and ghee, like clarified butter in a pot that'd be like preserved over like several days. And like they had many fish traps set up in rivers, and so like super common daily eats, like you don't have to think about, that would give you protein, would be salmon. And like to the point where they were like, you shouldn't eat other meat like every day of the week.
So much more stuff to like the regular world. Just like a bunch of paintings and books and good chest.
Like you should conserve other foods. So that's like a whole fasting thing or whatever. But like salmon is expensive now. You can't just like have it every day, kind of. You know, you can't have fresh caught salmon from a river without
you gotta
paying.
deal with like tuna or like canned stuff, or
and now there's mercury in it and stuff, so you can't actually have it health wise every single day because you don't know how much mercury you're taking in.
Better.
Psycho. So like to think medieval people didn't eat well. They had plenty of.
Thy arrogance must be punished.
No, I'm a good guy. Whoa, what the fuck? Another fucking scripted kill?
They're
Are you
so
serious?
cool. They're so cool. Can you tell? Oh, so now you have to fight the cat. See, here's a real serious like writing problem. Occasionally, taking the control away from the player, or taking the control away from the player is intriguing. But if you do it a lot,
then it's just cheap.
It's annoying. The player feels like they're not really part of the story. You're just gonna like put them in different places, and it's like, yeah, okay, tell me what happens at the end. Like they're not engaged with the story. They're like, you know, they're kind of just like, they're not telling the story with you as a player. They would rather, you know, essentially just skip everything and hear how it ends. So it's like, well, why not just pause the game, go look it up on YouTube, and then it's just as satisfying as playing through the whole game. Now you don't want that, right? And that goes for Dungeons and Dragons as well. You don't want to do too many things where you like forcibly teleport the players and stuff. So it disengages them. It's not a good tactic to overuse. It's once you overuse it once, it almost like ruins any story you try to tell. You know, you need to earn that, like, you need to earn back the trust that they have autonomy. And they've already like scripted killed and scripted controlled, like things that happen with Trisha like twice in like
not a very long time.
Yeah, so yeah. And they're very clearly like very insecure about having the player feel like their characters are very cool, and so they're trying to condense down all the coolest things they could possibly have someone say and act, and they're just like, you know, they're like, oh, I'm gonna kill this bitch because I'm like so badass, man. I'm Night Slayer Sorig. And they probably like got the guy's voice recording back, and they're like, can you sound more like grimdark and evil, man? And then he records it again. He's like, I'm Night Slayer Sorig. Like, yeah.
What the fuck was that shit?
Lobsters and oysters used to be so cheap, people would eat pounds of them a day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what a heavy attack should do.
Becomes more shelf stable. You don't have to refrigerate it after clarifying it. Correct. That's what makes it like a nice sealer for, like instead of saran wrap or something, you could pour clarified butter over the top of whatever you're putting into a pot. And so it'd end up being kind of a condiment, but you wouldn't like just drink the butter itself. You would kind of use the butter as a thing, and you'd reuse it too, which is a little nasty, but you know, whatever.
Whatever.
So what should we do for the drawing challenge? Should we both have to draw?
I guess we should do like Burning Star characters, right?
Okay.
You keep it on brand.
Okay.
Oh, I can probably summon Sorig. Yep. Ah, Night Slayer Sorig.
And then you can go help him go murder the lady that's like that teleported you here, I guess.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem
I don't think he's a nice guy though.
Yeah, I think he's probably very evil.
I think he's probably a douchebag.
Also, he's not that tough. I don't know. I mean, he's the guy who invades in the catacombs in the third game.
Yeah, I don't know. Alright, well, try at it again, although I didn't do super great in my first try.
Oh, Janara is...
Oh.
Okay, so you could be summoned to help murder this person.
Yes. I guess the idea is like you're cooperating. I feel like that was stylish enough to like, do more.
Oh, I think you say stylish enough to be worth it. I agree on both counts.
Man, she does a retarded amount of damage, huh?
So David Myers was requesting a ghost story, but the only ghost story I know is Crazy Bitches That Believe in Ghosts. So I don't think that counts as a ghost story.
Oh, why did that reach so far? Explain.
Does anyone else have a story request? Story time with the game fans.
I think I may have to go lend a hand to Sorig. I'm not the one who needs help, but he's probably having a tough time with this girl, you know? I just feel bad for the guy. Seemed like a nice fellow.
feel like I didn't have this in there for that long, but it's all frozen.
Oh yeah, it's pretty frozen. Yeah. You
It's
want
melt.
a bang slushy?
Well, it's like frozen on the top, which is the part. Oh, it was not me. It was Aura. Oh, sorry. I think I need to zoom. I zoomed in more on the screen, but it's like sort of far away, and my glasses are like maybe a little dirtier than they should be. Oh, is this the cleaning fluid?
Hey, Yeshua.
Yeah, it is. Sweet.
Yeah, we got a bunch of those.
Oh, jeez. This is like a lot of cleaning fluid to come out.
Alright, so Eric, what you want to do is not get hit by that. What did I just say? See what I did? I did a bunch of damage and then I didn't get hit. You gotta do that, sorry. Idiot. Oh shit, phase 2. Alright. This is... I like this phase 2 actually. I like how it changes the environment. That's crazy. I guess it was just like a single phase and now she's back to normal.
Oh, maybe it's like they go back and forth between phases.
Done.
I guess I don't get to see the...
Man, sorry. You really sucked in that fight.
transformation.
I did way better. You shouldn't have capitalized in joy.
You're so cool.
I'm so cool. You have so much less health than me do. Oh, you want to kill me?
I took this job long ago because Crow demanded it from me.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, the secret died alone. Liam Lewis had already smothered one flame of ice, but a flame of sin has emerged.
Oh, another flame. Okay.
He's gone mad with it. Then they thought they could hide it all from me.
There's always another fucking flame.
Let's put the golden struggle out of his misery, yeah?
Cool, I guess.
Alright. Returning to my world. Quote unquote. There's always another flame. Oh, I defeated the old chaos and now Liam Noyce can be peaceful. Oh, except not. Now, wait a minute. Aren't you dead? This
Only-
game tricked me.
Only in another timeline.
This game tricked me into thinking that it had summons or cooperation.
Well,
in
you
any
cooperated
means.
in his world.
Yeah, but come on. He was right there.
So the meme war is going strong in Sergeant Salamander's Discord. My buddy Sergeant Salamander is starting up the next season of his series thing where he does a playthrough through multiple different games with the same faction of Paradox games. He starts in like the Roman Paradox game, and then he goes to like the medieval one, and then the Age of Sail one, and then the World War II one. And he carries like the same faction through.
She can hit me while I'm on the ground. No boss has ever been able to do that before.
Yeah. And the previous season was interesting. He did like... He played as like a...
Oh. Okay.
And I had to like walk all the way back.
It's
He did like Spain, I guess, kinda. Like he did. This is like those like there's like all those like different groups in Spain before Spain was Spain. Like the now that some of them still exist, like the Basque people or whatever. There's a bunch of those little groups. So he played as one of those, like he made up, and then like carried it through from like prehistory through to, you know. And now he's doing a poll to decide what the next season is going to be, and the options are Tokarians, Scythians.
like helping the guy in his world doesn't help me at all. Like, what's the point?
You get the souls. You get the story.
I lost the souls.
That's okay. I'll give you the souls back. Some culture called the Laz or Luz, which I've never heard of before. And then Croatia and Persia were the options. There's like a fight between Tokarians and Scythians, because they're both like an Indo-Aryan people, and they're both really cool. The Tokarians end up in like Chinese history as the green-eyed generals, and there's like these stories where like Chinese emperors will pay a ridiculous amount to hire a single green-eyed general. They'll like give them a bunch of money and stuff like that if they'll just command their troops, because they were so brilliant or whatever. And there's like some letter from some emperor where he says like, if only we could produce such powerful men in our country, we would not need to buy them with our daughters and our sisters. So they would like, you know. And they like bemoaned that they would like send these girls over to hire them, and they wouldn't marry them. They would just add them to like their collection, and they wouldn't have kids with them, and so there was no...
I lose the flask if she hits me out of it. It's crazy, man.
So China gained no diplomatic benefit from sending the girls over. Net loss or whatever.
I mean, they made them very happy.
But they didn't make China happy. But yeah, no, they got the they got the general, but they didn't get like a long lasting tie or whatever, like through marriage or a child or something, or any claim to like Tokarian lands. And then Scythians, they're horse archers that predate Mongolia, like existing or having horse archery. They're another Indo-Aryan tribe. They're the source of the Amazonian myth. It doesn't come from the Amazon rainforest. It comes from like...
Motherfucker, bitch.
like Kazakhstan area or something like that. Like Ukraine.
Wait. In this mode again? I didn't think she could do it twice.
Hello there, what's special about this mod? Oh, hey, Joseph Chuck. Welcome.
It's an overall mod.
Yeah, so they're adding...
different.
Yeah, they're adding all sorts of bosses and stuff, and like repurposing movesets and things. So she's in Ilium Lois, which is only in the second game, not in the third game or the first game or whatever. But this is a mod for the third game, so it's kind of exciting to see Ilium Lois in the Boreal Valley. So they've combined two zones. There's the Boreal Valley where the enemies with those kinds of swords are from, but then they put the armor on them from the second game. So they've kind of mashed together the two areas, both of which are very cool. I think the Boreal Valley was a little bit more stylish than Ilium Lois, but I was more curious about Ilium Lois.
I like Ilium Lois.
Yeah.
It's my favorite Dark Souls 2 DLC.
Yeah, it intrigued me more than the Boreal Valley. The Boreal Valley was very aesthetic, though.
Of course. They did a good job, like, mixing them together and making it still feel like Ilium Lois and everything. I don't think I'm gonna beat this boss tonight. I'm getting pretty tired, so maybe we'll just chill and chat for what time we have left in stream.
Okay. And yeah,
Oh, Never's asking, are you still going to be on Gilded or no? I got an email talking about needing to link a Roblox account. Yeah.
Yeah. So I made a Discord, and I put the link in the Gilded thing. I have not been logged out of my Gilded, so I'm still able to use it as my Dropbox to send videos from my phone to my computer. But I don't know how long that's going to last, and no one seems to be talking in any of the Gilded servers that I'm in. So I think Gilded is kind of cooked. But
Not a huge fan of Discord, but you know.
yeah, Discord is kind of tricky because Discord also has this weird thing where they're like any pictures that you post or whatever, we have the right to use or something like that, and it's like, ooh, are you gonna feed that into an AI? Like, what are you talking? Why? Ooh. So I'm like,
Yeah, they keep it nice and vague so that they can use your data for things that you wouldn't want them to use it for, but they'll never be specific about
right?
it.
Yeah, so it's just like, I don't know. Discord makes me kind of like, eek, but it's so like unanimous. Like everyone uses it,
Yeah.
and like part of kind of being successful with like a thing that like because you. Part of being successful, like as far as like social media managing, if you're producing a thing that doesn't come out very often, is having a Discord, so you have a community for people to chat about it in the meantime. I mean, you could theoretically have like a subreddit, but we all know Reddit is like cancer. You need some kind of forum for people to chat about a thing between releases, and that's been true like Spiderweb Software, the people who make GeneForge and stuff. They've always had their forums, and it's true for a lot of different like things that don't release like super frequently. I think most YouTubers don't need a Discord, but having a community where people can talk and hang out and be friends and stuff, it makes like the content like more cozy, because then you have other people to talk to about it. Like if I I for a while I was like into boat videos of people living on boats, not because not because I give a shit about boats, but because like
it's just cozy.
No, I wanted to know how it works to like sailing and stuff, and I find it impossible to find a single person who could tell me information about boats. There were just people who would pretend to know stuff about boats. Like my question was, how many people does it take to man a boat? And then they're like, oh, well, you need a whole crew. And it's like, okay, how many? And they're like, well, you know, it depends on the size of the ship. It's like, okay, tell me a single size of ship and number of crew. And they don't know. Like I was at this like boat model shipbuilding club, and so everyone knows about boats. No one knew how many people have to man the boat. It's like, guys, you're killing me. But I finally figured it out from watching these boat videos like incessantly, like hours of content. Eventually, what's your problem?
No. I woke up from a spooky dream and heard Adam talking, and you were like, oh no, boats.
Hey.
Oh no, boats.
Hey, puppers. Hi.
It's Gertie's trigger word. It's boats.
No, I think I made a fart sound with my like foot. And so he's like, what's that?
Aww. He's a nuzzler, isn't he? Yeah.
So, eventually someone told a story where the wind was really intense, and then it was two of them on the boat, and the husband woke up the wife to help him, because if he didn't get the sail down fast enough, it would be torn off, because the wind was changing directions from where they were headed, and the wind was getting very intense. And so that's why you need a crew, is to do stuff like that, so that the sails don't get ripped off. But you could have a single person sailing a ship, no matter how big it is. It's just if you wanted to change something, like take the sails down or something like that, you would
Be
have
quite a hassle.
yeah. But I was writing a story where there was going to be a single guy on a boat, and then the boat was going to crash, and that's fine. He could sail for a while on the boat until something happens, and then it would the winds would rip off the sails or something like that. So I finally got the answer that I needed to write a story and be informed and whatever. But anyway, I was listening to all these boat videos for so long. I was like, I'll keep watching some more of these boat videos because I had the momentum. But then after a while, I was kind of like bored of boat videos because I don't give a shit about living on a boat. And then
It doesn't matter to YouTube. We'll still recommend it.
now they gave up on me. They stopped pushing boat videos to me. But if I was in a Discord about boat videos, I would probably be more inclined to keep watching them because there'd be like a Badoop from Discord of people talking about the latest boat video, and then I'd be like, I guess I'll go watch that.
Oh yes,
You know?
boat communities and whatnot.
So that's like the social media theory of like having a Discord or whatever is like, a community to like inform about your boat stuff. If there's an algorithm change, a lot of like sort of online businesses or whatever suddenly like just they suddenly see a huge cut in their like sales or whatever. Like even if you have like an online store on like Amazon, it could just be algorithm change and then no one sees your product.
Mm-hmm.
But having sort of external things like Discord, you're always going to be in a Discord, and you're not
You're always gonna know the new thing that's coming out.
Yeah, and it's not like your Discord popularity is not algorithm based. It's just like based on how much you like, I don't know,
Yeah.
have an interesting Discord or whatever. So
That's supposed to be the idea behind subscriptions, but you know how that goes.
I guess they didn't learn from the whole Helldivers thing. Yeah, fucking that is true. That happened like super recently, and then they're like, make a Roblox account.
Yeah, right.
Good
My
thing-
theory is that they won't actually go through with kicking anyone off of Gilded. They're just gonna bitch out last minute.
Yeah, I think so too, because they didn't kick me off, and I don't have a Roblox account, and I'm not gonna make one.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna like.
It's probably just gonna be a thing enforced for new users.
Mm-hmm.
That's my theory anyway, but I don't want to like commit to that just yet.
Yeah, I'm glad I can keep using it to quickly send things from my phone without having to make a Dropbox account.
Mm-hmm.
And when it finally kicks me off, I'll make a Dropbox so I can do that.
Sounds like a good plan.
Ugh. Good thing I only post butt pics. It's funny. I was saying it'd be really funny if people just mass posted swastikas and Trisha was like, and dicks too, so that when they harvest all the images to use in AIs, just the Discord AI keeps on having like all the things you draw keep on having swastikas and dicks in them, and they're like, no, stop the dicks.
Yeah. I
No
mentioned
dicks
it
and
before,
swastikas.
but part of the reason why a lot of AI does not allow you or tells you don't submit porn is because like once that ball is rolling, the AI will keep on producing like naked people and stuff. The fingers become penis fingers and stuff like that. But it's very funny that that's the case. I'm not saying people should do that, of course. But it is very funny.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, I think if you try to submit anything pornographic through the Mid-Journey thing, they like instantly permaban you. They're like very quick.
I mean,
Like, no, don't ruin our AI.
there's no way that they're that quick. The volume of stuff that people post into those like submission things, there's no way that they're like they literally tell you like react with this to report an image, react with this to like, 'cause they have bots in there to respond to other people. They're like, it is your responsibility to report like images that you see that aren't supposed to be submitted, and if you don't, like, we'll sue you. Like,
Yeah, they try to be extra scary.
yeah.
Discord taking ownership of pictures reminds me of a news story. This lady donated all of her art to be public domain, but suddenly no one could use her art because Getty Images stole ownership. That's fucked up.
That is fucked up. She fought it in court and lost? The fuck?
How?
Random recommendation
How
for
does that
y'all:
happen?
the game Advance Wars. Yeah, that's like Fire Emblem but tanks and like no characters, right?
Oh, I guess Gabe is getting off, so see you later, Gabe.
Well, Poop, it says the link expired in Gilded. Oh.
In Discord. I have a Discord invite link in the description. I don't know if that's what he's talking about.
Oh, hey, it's over Honeydew.
Hey!
Because I threw a link in Gilded. There's one in the YouTube description, and then there is one in the Rumble description. Although, there is no one in the Rumble chat. It is all blank.
Yeah.
There's no one to see our link. I think what may happen is every time you make a new link for Discord invite, the old link gets broken. So
you made another link.
that must be what happens when I say to invite people and copy the link. I think it must be making a new link each time.
Maybe.
They used to have the option to generate a new link or just copy the old link. I think it might just make a new link every time you open the thing.
That's interesting.
So can't invite people on multiple places.
Speaking of the algorithm, for some reason, despite me having notifications on, I never got the notification for the Berserk manga video, and it didn't appear on my feed. Yeah, just classic YouTube bullshit, you know?
YouTube-
It wasn't even, it's not even like it was marked as being adult or whatever the YouTube no rating is. It wasn't marked like that or anything. But I guess YouTube just doesn't like my videos. Won't recommend them to anybody. Everybody says like that's the case, that they have to be like watching me religiously to ever get notified for my videos.
Oh yeah, that video was great. Oh, that's nice.
Eee. Yeah, we have a friend who also reads Berserk. He said that he appreciated my take on it. I wonder if it's because you said rape a lot in the video. Well, to be fair, if that was the case, they would have flagged my video, right? They would have given me the yellow monetization mark of shame, but they didn't. It was fine. So, yeah, I don't know. You could also say, I know that YouTube, which is super unfair, but YouTube also like punishes videos for the comments. Like if the comments are saying naughty words, it'll like try to pull your YouTube video from the algorithm. So maybe because the comments were also talking about rape or something, it was like, oh no, naughty
What
words.
a shit show, honestly.
Yeah, it's...
What a shit show.
You can't talk about anything. But I don't know, I feel like there are tons of videos that get a lot of traction that say worse things than that.
Yeah. Like, dick or dildo?
Yeah, that video was insane. That was not for YouTube. YouTube doesn't like anyone who isn't a major corporation. Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah, they're much more friendly to companies. Oh, we'll talk about rope instead. It's a code word. You know, I am not a fan of the, like, a lot of these like euphemisms for the bad words. It just feels so childish.
It feels like you have to like bend over your backwards to create new words to describe basic things.
Like instead of saying pedophile,
It's like part of the reason why there's so many words for one thing. Somebody it was like that's offensive.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, like instead of pedophile, I heard someone say PDF file, and it's like, don't do
Whoa.
that. It's like, I
Whoa,
need to
hey.
use... PDF files
No, I
are
never keep them.
very relevant to, like, uploading stuff in, like, correct format and whatever. I don't need this to become a thing. This is... this cannot be a thing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not a good
And like, if you have a Romanian accent, saying can't, as in like the conjunction of can and not, can't. Romanians with their accent, it always sounds like cunt. Like, you cunt tell me. Like, that's how they say it.
You can't tell me.
And so Romanians get like fucked in the algorithm because if they ever say can't, it's just like a very common thing to say. You can't do this, you can't do that.
Right.
It just is like cunt. And so like it just drops from the
That's
algorithm.
very funny though.
And so there's a couple like Romanians on Rumble, and they're like, "Man, I do so much better on Rumble than like than everywhere else. I always get like flagged for saying bad words, and I'm not saying any bad words." And I was like, "All right, say can't." And then he's like, he like says it. And I was like, "Okay, what does that sound like?" He's like, "I don't know, it just sounds like can't." And he's like, oh no! Is that what's happening on YouTube? Can I not say can't? It's like, yeah, man, you're Romanian. Get the fuck out of here. YouTube doesn't like you. Saying Kent with an Australian accent also sounds like cunt. Does it? Kent. Crikey, Kent. Oh yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, you have to have cryptic titles. This one trick changed me forever, rather than they raped me in the ass till I was gay. Someone who lived through the 2010s hate the censorship of swears. Sounds too Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I have another live streamer I watch, and Sword is shadow banned. I heard about that. That's fucking weird.
You have to have cryptic titles. This one trick.
I just read that one.
Oh, sorry. Raped me ass till I was gay. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta get my cryptic title game on.
My favorite is you take a man to the Alps. Yeah, or you go... Yeah, take a man to the Alps. Yeah, I think that's what it was. It was something like that. The dubbed for... The censored for TV version of... oh god, what is that called? Was the dude... And they're like playing bowling and stuff, and...
I don't know.
There's that, I can't remember what that fucking movie is called.
Dude with bowling.
Yeah, they're playing bowling, and he's like, you don't give a fuck about the rules, or whatever that is. There's a scene where he's like, this is what happens when you fuck a man in the ass! And,
they changed
they dubbed it to when you find a man in the Alps. The Big Lebowski, that's what it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's actually a super funny like censorship because everyone's already seen the movie, so they know he's saying, "When you fuck a man in the ass," and they're like, "We find a man in the Alps," like. And it's like obviously dubbed.
What does that mean?
This is what happens when you find a man in the Alps.
Oh, find a stranger in the Alps.
Find a stranger in the Alps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck a stranger in the Alps. Yeah, that's pretty funny. But it is, like, unfortunate to have to, like, tiptoe around things instead of just getting straight to the point. It makes it more difficult for people to understand you that way, you know?
Yeah.
Indeed. Best dub ever. Also in Scarface, there was a funny edit.
Well,
I've never seen Scarface.
You never seen Scarface? You're not really missing much, to be honest. It's like... I don't understand why... I didn't get... Like, why did he have to be Cuban? Right? Like, he was, like, in the movie, he's Cuban, but he, like, everyone knows it's, like, Al Pacino, so it's, like, the most, like, Italian motherfucker on the planet. And then his, like, Cuban accent is this weird fucking, like, it's become iconic, but it's, like, such a fucked up, like...
It's
such
really
a,
bad,
Such a weird, like, way to talk. He's like...
Mm.
I'm Scarface. It just sounds like Adam Sandler trying to do, like, a voice. I don't know.
It's the part where the customs guy asks where he got the scar from. Now Joseph Choi adds, interestingly, Scarface is a remake of a movie from 1933. Or so, that's really good. Where'd you get that scar from boy eating pineapple? What? From eating pineapple. Oh, instead of pussy.
Oh.
I would sure hope you don't get a scar from eating pussy. I would actually argue that the change makes a little bit more sense. At least it's spiky.
Yeah. Have you heard the Lonely Island song Jack Sparrow? Michael Bolton's Scarface
great.
impression kills me. That was a really funny
Really
song,
funny.
yeah. That
it really captured what music was coming out at that specific period of time, where it's just like rap mixed with some random person singing the chorus.
Yeah. And then like yeah. No, that was pretty good. David Myers is a war vet over here. Eat the wrong one and you will.
Reminds me of Pineapple Express, where a girl's angry father scares off her boyfriend and shouts, "I will take you outside and fuck you in the street."
I have only ever seen a tiny bit of Pineapple Express, and I think that's an interesting enough story that we can, like, end on.
Mm-hmm.
I was in Edinburgh, Scotland, and we're walking down an alleyway. And, like, the alleyways are beautiful in Scotland, right? In Edinburgh, it's all stone and, like, you know. The city is unbelievably beautiful. Apparently, it's, like, incredibly gay now, but when I was there, it wasn't that bad. There was a complete lack of attractive girls anywhere in the city, and it was so strange. They were all so ugly. But there were women with kids that looked pretty, and I was like so confused why there was this big separation.
Is it just smoking?
Well, it's smoking is a thing, but it's the liberals versus the like conservative people.
Oh.
There's people that are like visiting the city that are leaving, but the people that like live in the city are all hideous monsters.
Okay.
And then we were outside the city, and we were at like a train station, and then there was like the first pretty girl I'd seen in like on the entire vacation, and I found it like it was like a big shock kind of thing. It was like a culture, not culture shock, but it was like jarring. It was very jarring. I suddenly had to be like I suddenly had to be more presentable and stuff because there's like this attractive person talking to me.
Okay.
But like within the city, it was all like a bunch of fucking monsters. just absolute denizens of the dark. Anyway, walking down an alleyway, and there's this guy. He's got a big trench coat, and he goes, "Hey boys, want some grass or acid?" And I was like, "Oh no."
No, thank you.
I was like, no, man. And then my brother's like, "What?" And he's like, "Grass or acid?" And it's like, "No, Brian, let's go." No. And my brother's like, "Oh no." Like I was cool about it. I was like, "Oh no." My brother starts laughing in his face, and it's like, this is not gonna go well. Like this does not do this. Yeah. So anyway, we go to the Banshee's Labyrinth, which is this like bar in Edinburgh, and it's very cool. It has a whole cave system underneath. We're not caves. They're like tunnels, but they're very like janky, right? They must have been like a bomb shelter or something. So we go in. Because I wanted to have a taste of beer to know what it tastes like. Because I'd mentioned this to Brian, and he was like, "Oh well, I mean you're of drinking age, so why don't we go and like you have a taste or whatever." So he gets me like a light beer or something. I have a taste, and I'm like, "Okay,
Gross.
interesting." I was like, "Interesting." I had like another sip, and I was like, "All right." And he's like, "You're not gonna drink it?" And I'm like, "No, I don't drink. I just wanted to taste it." And then he was like, "Oh, God." But I did swallow like a tiny sip, just enough to get it on my tongue. And I pissed like neon. Like,
Really?
it was like the most toxic shit. Like I was like, it just it was so poisonous. Like alcohol is so fucking like my liver did not want that in me for a second. It's like it was as if I hadn't had water for like a week and I was just drinking Sunny D. Like that's like that's
I felt that the first time that I ever, I guess, had a real sip of alcohol was like when we were celebrating with our friends. I had the sip of the champagne and didn't taste good at all. And it's like drinking nail polish remover.
Yeah.
And immediately after I was so thirsty.
Yeah.
It like was killing me.
So anyway, while we were sitting at those tables, there was this like absolute creature who had like just taken a big tub of makeup and like dumped it on her face. And she was like she was overweight, and she was down bad to like seduce this poor guy with like low self-confidence. And he was like, "Oh, that's like nice, but like I think I'm gonna go," or whatever. She's like, "Oh no, like stay a while and listen." She was like really going after this guy, and he was like, like he was like really awkward, but he like didn't have any like self-confidence, so it was like making him feel good to have a girl like talk to him, but he was like really wanted to get out of there or whatever. And I was just sitting there like watching her like cage him in. And then eventually we got up and we went and walked around, and there's like these tunnels there's the labyrinth, right? And there's just a bunch of fornicultures like all over the place. Like those are archways that lead to a dead end essentially. So it's just like a spot to sit. And the reason they're called like fornicultures is because like in the Colosseums they had spots like that, these little random dead ends, and the purpose was to be a discrete corner to go forniculture, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, there was a bunch of spots like that, but due to the absolute state of women in Edinburgh, there was no fornicating going on. We did find in our wanderings through the labyrinth, it's a pretty extensive labyrinth, there was a movie theater in there.
Oh.
There was no sign for it. It's just like we wandered around through stone tunnels until we ended up in a movie theater.
Oh my god, it really is magic.
Yeah, but and the floor was so covered in beer, and it is beer. It was like so sticky, it was impossible to walk and be politely quiet, because you're like shh, shh, shh.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it was probably beer. It's also possible it could be urine, right?
There's soda, right? Soda's sticky on the ground.
Well, I mean, maybe, but
Yeah, it's like the classic thing in a movie theater when someone spills the soda. There's like the dried up puddle there, and it's just like it's like taffy when you step on it.
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, my experience, beer is pretty. When people throw beer up in the air, and then it lands, it's sticky.
Yeah.
Yeah. The old after concert, like, effect of being like all sweaty and your hair is like just gelled in place by beer and sweat. Delightful. But yeah, in the movie theater they were watching Pineapple Express, and there was this guy there who was like, ha ha ha, this is great, or whatever, and he has his like girlfriend there, and the state of women in Edinburgh is just tragic. He was not interested in his girlfriend, and his girlfriend was not interested in the movie, and she was pissed off, and it was awkward, and I was very far away from them.
Oh, okay.
But I could like feel the emanating hatred for both Pineapple Express, him, and the universe. Just and he's like, haha, that's a funny joke, and he like points at the screen, like to the screen, to her, like, haha, right, like trying to fix it by trying to explain that the movie is funny. It's not going good.
Oof.
But I think he also doesn't want to go anywhere with this girl. Like he does not want to be. He does not want to be in a discreet place where the question of like, snoo comes up. You know. So
Haha, I'm breaking up with you. Huh?
the absolute state. So it was a situation in Edinburgh.
Oh dear. Never forget the premiere of the Simpsons movie. The entire floor was sticky and nasty. Sold out cinema. Yep. Yeah, I guess the Simpsons movie was a big thing. Way, way back then. I remember seeing a lot of commercials for it.
Yeah. Anyway, if you're ever in Edinburgh, don't be, because
Yeah. There's no hot bitches there.
it's a great place to go for couples, because you know.
Competition. Yeah, sure.
Well, it's not that it's a great place for couples, it's just a bad place to go if you're single. No, and also, obviously, Scotland has gotten, like, more dangerous with, like, immigration and stuff, but, yeah, no, you wanna hop up here, Ricky? Yeah. You want the warm spot? He's like, please move. I would like to sit in the warm spot.
Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute. I got your paw. Oh, I got your... He's like, no touch paw, only scratch face.
Your puppers.
He's so relaxed.
He's a good boy.
Alright. Well, you get end of the stream. Gurgi's snuggling on the couch. For every like, he gets one pet.
Oh yeah. How many likes does the stream have?
4.
Okay, 4 pets. 1 pet. 2 pet. 3 pet.
Oh.
4 pet.
Oh, he liked those pets.
That's it.
Thank you, Chat,
That's
for giving him those
all
pets.
you get, Gurgi. No more pets. No, there's no more likes on that stream.
Never says my dog also essentially purrs when I pet her.
Aww.
Yeah, those little moans of yes, I like this. Continue.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 5, 6. We need more pets.
5 pets. 6 pets.
No.
You're rolling
Good
over, but
pets.
we only have 6 likes, Gurgi. What am I gonna do? I can shake your hand.
That's a good puppers.
Yeah.
He's gonna sleep well tonight. Alright, well thanks for joining us on another fantastic game fan stream playing some Dark Souls Archthones. This has been a much more fun mod now that I've gotten a giant sword and maxed out my level.
Yeah.
It really was made for someone who had already beaten Dark Souls 3. It's like a character that has already been leveled up.
Yeah, by the way, it doesn't really seem any different with having 99 stats. Like, the game just doesn't, like, I don't know, you don't...
Well, I mean, I'm doing damage with the giant sword, so
you
there's
don't,
that.
But you don't seem overpowered. It just seems like
it
normal.
seems regular.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, at least with, like, just walking around, but once I get to the bosses, then I'm just clobbering them. Except for, of course, this one boss in Liam Lois. That one I will clobber once I have a well-rested brain.
On second thought, let's not go to Edinburgh. It's a silly place, yeah.
Yeah. Alright, everybody. Good night for now, and
Yeah.
we'll see you on the next stream.